How many people I have here for direction? Okay, who's going to be in charge of maintaining and operating this thing?
We are only emergency,
Okay,
but you have to learn them at the same time.
all right.
So on a normal.
I got a
day,
gift for
it's
whoever's
about
going to be the person operating this or in charge of. All right. So, in this package, because you're going to need to know who I am later. All right, this is your welcome letter. It's kind of welcome to the Modernfold Styles family. All right. This is a brochure of what we do. A lot of people don't know everything that we do, so we kind of put that in there to explain it. This is a really important page. This page has our job number. Yes. So if you ever need anything, question anything, you can always reference that. Yes. All right. For every floor in here.
Okay.
All right. So if you have to call me, you'll reference this number. I can pop it in my machine and know exactly what I'm dealing with.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Makes life a little bit easier. Little magnet, you can stick it wherever you want. And there's my card, my information. I think we have email addresses, I think, in our sign-in sheet. So when I'm done today, I'm gonna go back and tell my assistant, plug this in for a year, we're gonna email somebody. Say, listen, it's been a year, you should have maintenance done, how are you guys making out? Because you're gonna forget until it's broken,
Sure.
right? And these are really reliable, but when they break bad, all right? So if they're maintained every year like they should be, we should have their problems. So, that being said, there is an operator station down there, an operator station over here. They both have to be used simultaneously. The reason for two is for line of sight safety, because if there's somebody walking through or something in the way, you have to see it to be able to stop it. There's a code to punch in. What's the code, Ed?
759353.
That'll be 759353. If you guys lose it, just call me and we'll get it for you.
759. What is it?
353?
Yes,
353.
759353.
All right. Code gets entered in, and you're going to press the down button together. Go ahead.
You have to hold it down button?
Down button has to be held. You release the down button, it's going to stop. Now we say line of sight safety. Listen, if this thing hits somebody, you're sleeping under it, somebody else hates you, right?
So they both pushing the button, right?
At the same time.
All right.
All right, this is for all the floors, it all operates the same way. Now this is a typical sound for the operation. If you hear anything besides this, you get off the button. Get off the button, and it stops.
Doesn't matter that they're not.
No, they're timed together, they know exactly where they're at. Go ahead.
Each floor has the same password?
Yep.
All right.
Same code for every floor, right, Ed?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
So again, if you hear anything pops, pingings, something starts to chatter, shake, then there's something weird going on, right? And the best thing to do is to let loose on that button and give us a call. A lot of times people keep going on it. and
Leave it
it
sit
creates-
halfway or whatever?
Yep, leave it where it's at, it's best, all right? Make sure there's nothing underneath of this thing. There is a sensor underneath, but it really has to come in good contact. What'll happen is somebody puts a chair, a table, all right? It comes down, it messes up the whole spool. There's a big spool cable up there. It'll backlash the whole spool. Then we're cutting aircraft cable. Not an easy fix, all right? There's an encoder up in the ceiling on the control box. Right now it's counting revolutions as it's turning, and it knows exactly where it's at. Again, it takes a while, but it's a good machine. Once it gets to the bottom, we pause, and you hear side still motors are engaging. You'll see these guys right here starting to engage out. They're gonna come all the way out, make contact. At that point, we hear it running, you're completely done. The big mistake is everybody puts it down, as you hit the floor, it does that click, they get off the button, they think it's, and they start calling me, hey, I got sound problems. Or the
So
side
you're
shield's
still
like that.
holding that button
Yep.
until you hear,
When it's complete, you hear no more noise out of the machine, these guys are deployed, you're good to go. That's the basic operation down. Going back up's the same thing, you ready?
you need 2 people again for
Always 2 people, yep. Or, somebody has it down, gonna put a table on the other side, I can't see the other side, start breaking it up, as soon as the panels start breaking, now you mess your panels up.
And you can't do just a half of the wall.
No,
gotta
it's
be
always
both.
together,
Okay.
yep. Something to think about, it's gonna happen, make sure it don't happen, everybody's gonna get those fancy marker holders.
Yes, they are.
Right, you're gonna leave it right here, you're gonna put it up in the ceiling, you're gonna mess up your panels.
Can you write on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Dry erase markers only. All right, permanent markers will stay. But so just keep in mind, as people use this thing, keep the marker holders off of it. That's a better idea. It happens as an accident, right? They're very reliable. Most of my business and service comes from misuse and abuse. Okay? All right, Ed, fire it up. Sideshow motors are coming in. Once they come in, it'll click. And then this will start going up. So we'll take it all the way up. In a nutshell, this is the complete operation of the system. Any questions? Pretty cut and dry, right? Like I said, any noise other than this, best thing to do is just stop it.
What trouble do you normally get? What's
The most common
the weak
thing.
point or something?
The most common thing is the bottom safety coming out of adjustment. They should be inspected. You know, after a while, after up and down, the cables may settle in, they may need adjusting. The panels may settle and they may need adjusting.
That's up to you guys.
Yes,
That's not-
yep. The side seal motors, sometimes they'll stop working, you know, just a little tiny motor in there, so every once in a while they'll stop working. Something may come loose, there's an umbilical cable that comes out and connects all those side seal cables. And this is all something that our guys do. You know, when we send a quote, it'll spell it, we do X, Y, and Z step by step.
Does this do anything with the fire alarms?
No,
Totally on.
yep, absolutely.
What's the fire? Is there a fire rating on it? I'm assuming there's already something. Right?
There probably is something, unless it's requested, I don't think it actually, you know.
Gotcha.
On one of these situations, we do have ones that are specifically fire rated, especially with the other panels, but that's usually when you're closing off a corridor where it's needed. That's it. All done. Anything
right.
else? Cool.
There's only one, because our other location has no.
How many are here?
I was wondering.
I think three.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
you asked about the fire alarm system go off, does that come down?
No. Nope, it'll stay exactly where you left it.
All right.
Yep.
Is this good for training, or do we need to go downstairs and do the?
It's up to these guys, but they all work
It's the same, the
same
one
way.
downstairs is the same exact disease, except it's bigger. We can run down and go through that if you like, or it's your call.
It works the same.
It works the
Exactly
same, same key switches,
Can we look
same
at the
process.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a look at it.
So switch. So where's this company based out of?
This company takes that can.
This one's not it, it's this one right here.
This is her. Yeah.
Comes up, 759-353. Okay. Do not operate skyfall wall with persons or objects. Agree?
And that's
And
it?
then up and down. And
What's that?
that's home. You can type the code in again. 759-353. It just goes
The
back.
settings.
Change password. Set LED setup because they can work with lights.
Really means
Is there lights on them?
No, there's not lights on these right now. No, it's just the
So
unit.
none of this.
Changing the password configuration, but I wouldn't. You should call us before anybody goes into this menu right here.
I got you.
If you need settings menu other than the password, if you need anything else, you should give us a call. But like the backlit timer, there's a handful of options that other systems have that this one may not have.
Okay.
This is just a standard. So yeah, 759-353. And then once I push this, it lights up. When his lights up down there, or whoever's lights up, it'll start operating. If either one of us lets go, the system will shut down.
This increase.
And like right now, we're in an empty room, so it's a little easier to hear the seals. But when you have people talking in the hallway and everything else, you just gotta, after you see the panels flatten out, you can give it 15 seconds. I did do myself a test, and I just held on the button, and the button will time itself out anyway. When it was down, I held it down. 15 seconds later, the button just went blank because it was done in system.
That's good.
All right?
Mm-hmm.